This phone is displaying atomic time. I'm using an app for that. You can use any app that which displays atomic time, and it is in perfect sync. Namaste everybody, I am Keerthan of TikTok Treasures, and this is my G-Shock GW-5000U that has multiband 6. When I bought this watch, people asked me, why would you buy this watch? It has multiband. You live in India. The watch won't even receive the signal automatically for it to set the time according to atomic time, the accurate time. It won't even receive the signal. So why would you get it? When I buy watches, I do my research. I need to make sure that it is of use for me. That is one of the main reasons you buy a watch, for its features, and it has to be useful for you. I did my research and I found out that you can set it manually using an app. So before I go on, let me quickly tell you what this multiband 6 feature is for people who are not aware of it. There are 6 atomic clock stations spread across the northern hemisphere at 6 different locations, and just like radio stations broadcast music and other shows for you to listen to, these stations broadcast time every day. And your watch, if it has the multiband feature, it receives the signal and decodes it and sets the time on your clock according to that time that was broadcasted every day. So you have accurate time every single day. If you live outside of the signal ranges of these atomic clock stations, you can still do it manually using an app, and that is the purpose of this video. Let's get started. Step 1 is to download the Radio Watch Sync app. It looks like this, the icon. On this app, the first thing you see is the atomic time. Now this is the time for your time zone. You can choose a radio type that is mentioned here. Now when you click on that, you can see the 6 stations I mentioned earlier. You can choose whichever, but you will need to accordingly match what you do in step 2. I tried the Fukushima, which is the JJ-Y40, and I waited for 10 minutes and it didn't receive any signal for JJ-Y40 from JJ-Y40, and it displayed an error message on my watch. But what worked for me is the BPC, the station in China, and I will demonstrate by using the BPC radio station. Let's click on that. Sorry, BPC. There you go. Now the radio station is set to BPC. All right. That is step 1. Set the phone aside for now. Step number 2, setting up the watch to match the station you chose on the app. Now, this is India time, this is Delhi time, and the time calibration signal cannot be received in this case because Delhi time doesn't support signal reception. So the home city need to be changed to the one that is within the range of the station selected on the app. Let's do that. So because we chose BPC on the app, I'm going to set the time to Beijing time. For that, press and hold the top left button for 2 seconds. In China, the Beijing time zone is to the right of Delhi on the map. So I'm going to press the bottom right. Singapore, Hong Kong, Beijing. Once the Beijing time is set on the watch, you press the top left button once. Okay, now this is Beijing time, 13:27. That is 1:27 in the afternoon. Step number 3 is to switch this watch to signal receiving mode by pressing the bottom right button. There you go. Now when you see the display, it says 2002, and the rectangle on top, it says 21st of November. This is the last time I set the atomic time on this watch, and it was set at 8:02 p.m. On the 21st of November. So after I'm done doing it today, the date and the time is going to change again. Step 4 is the setup, the placement of the phone and the watch next to each other, right? So set it down like so. Make sure it doesn't fall, especially when it's receiving the signal. Let me zoom out. Now, your phone is essentially a transmitter, right? So you have to make sure, and the speaker should be aimed at the 9 o'clock border of your watch, and it's at the same level. So it's aiming at the border, and it should not be set that, it's they are at different levels. So it should be aiming at the 9 o'clock border. So I'm going to use a pen to elevate my phone so the speaker is pointed at the 9 o'clock border. Make sure the watch is very close to the speaker of your mobile phone. Now this is step number 4. Step number 5 is the receiving of the signal. So what do you do on the watch to start receiving signal, and what do you do on the app to transmit the signal? Okay, first thing is the watch. To start receiving the signal, you have to press and hold the bottom right. It has gone back to the main timekeeping mode. So press the bottom right again once. Now you have to press and hold to start receiving signal. It's just press and hold the bottom right button. Now you can see that RCVD at the top left corner of the display, it's blinking, which means it is ready to receive. And for you to receive, you just press the start button on the app. There you go, guys. You can see the RCVD notification, the indication. It's not blinking anymore. And the time, atomic time, has been set on this watch using the BPC station. Let me stop the transmission of the signal from the app. And the time is set to atomic time. You can see the RCVD. So that is the new date on which this atomic time has been set. So that is today, 29th of November at 1:37 p.m. But this is Beijing time. At 1:37 Beijing time, this time was set to atomic time, but we did it manually through the app. Press the bottom right once, and that takes you to the main timekeeping mode. And you can see the RCVD indication saying that this watch has received the signal which we sent through the app on the phone, and it has set to atomic time using the for Beijing time zone. Now let me show you what happens when you go back to your home time, which is Delhi time for me, India time. Press and hold the top left. We have to move to the left of Beijing, so press the top right. Delhi. Okay. Now if you look at the top left corner of the display, the RCVD has disappeared. Now, does this mean that this watch is not displaying the atomic time anymore? Incorrect. This is actually atomic time. When you go back to your home time, and if it is not designed to receive these signals, then it will not show RCVD in your home time. Okay, but let me quickly check. If you go back to the time zone which you set the atomic time for, will it change back to RCVD? No, it doesn't. It doesn't change back to RCVD, which means it will only receive when you do it again. Let's change it back again to India time. Okay, come back to the left on the longitude. Yep, we are in Delhi time. Okay. Now that's how you do it. Now, how do you know this is the atomic time? For that, I have another app on my phone. Let me just zoom out. Okay. I'm going to check if this is accurate, if this is the atomic time, by using my atomic time clock. Now, let's just compare. Look at that. In sync. This phone is displaying atomic time. I'm using an app for that. You can use any app which displays atomic time, and it is in perfect sync. All right. Thank you so much for watching. So that was a quick video on how to set atomic time on your Casio G-Shock that has the Multiband 6 feature, especially if you're not within the signal range of any of the 6 atomic clock stations in the Northern Hemisphere. Guys, really, thank you so much for the support so far. I am a new channel. TikTok Treasures is a new channel. It's only a month old, but I appreciate all the support that has come my way. And if you are new here, please like, share, subscribe. Shout it from the rooftops, tell your friends. I'll be making an unboxing, first impressions and reviews of watches, and making some really quirky watch related stuff. If you like it, then great. Please continue to show your support, and I will see you guys soon. Till then, stay tuned and stay classy.